What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have AMP up on the screen, and notice that I have the market cap chart over here on the right and the price chart over here on the left. Reason being is there is something going on with the tokenomics, some kind of inflation rate. I don't own it. I don't know how it works. I don't care how it works. I'm here to look at the charts, and I know that we have to use the market cap chart in order to measure where this price chart is going to go. So in order to do that, we can see we had 5 waves up. We had, looks like probably a 5-wave move down here on the long term. This is a weekly price chart, so this is taking a really long time for these moves to occur. And then right now we had a macro 1, a macro 2, a macro 3, a macro 4, and we're waiting on a macro 5. Now, some of you are yelling at your screen, wave 4 cannot cross below wave 1. Yes, it can, just not in an impulsive manner. So as you're going to see here anyway, might not be new all-time highs for AMP. We're going to have to dig into the price chart, or into the market cap chart here. So as you can see, we are waiting on this 5th wave right here. I'm going to get rid of it now that you know where we're at. So with that being said, this was the low. It looks like we have, across the board, we're talking about waves 3, 4, and 5, right? So right here on the shorter, not shorter time frame, but zoomed in, remember we're working on a macro 5th, so these are the 5 subwaves of that 5th. Right now, across the board, alt's waiting on 3, 4, 5. So how are we going to pick out that target? Well, the first thing we're going to want to do is I'm going to draw fibs across this entire thing, right there. As you can see, going back to 2021, that drop, we still haven't even taken back 23.6% of that drop yet. So this is going to be a situation where we're most likely not looking at new highs for AMP. Like I mentioned before too, this is not as impulsive of a structure. So what I do want to do is I want to look at this last drawdown here from that Trump pump, right? So this was wave 3 to 4 because we're waiting on wave 5. I see a ton of confluence up here, a full extension of that right there around 4 billion. And that's in confluence with the 786 of this entire range. So that looks pretty right there. A nice round 4 billion on that as well. So really like that for our target. Again, waves 1 and 2 are in right here. They're just really small. So let's talk about, we think wave 5 is going to be going up here to 4 billion. And where would wave 3 go? Well, typically in this type of move, we'll get a wave 3 to exceed that last high. Right there, I'm looking at the 1618 around 1.75 billion. It then typically settles back down in wave 4 before going off in wave 5. So I will extrapolate this in a second over to the price chart, but we got to go through it here on the market cap first. So in this wave 4, typically in an alt season, we're looking at somewhere between a 35 and 50% haircut. It can exceed that, but we break past that and we have to back test it or back test that range. So just from here to that high is only 32%. What I'd be looking for is some support to come down in this area, and I'm looking at that high right there around the 702. That also puts us right around the 50% mark, pretty close to 900 million, which would be a nice round number. So I'm looking for wave 4 to come down here into that 890, and then we go off one more time, right off into the sunset, up around 4 billion. And you saw the confluence around this whole chart. It is not setting a new high, right? But that's okay. Unless you bought the very tip top back here for 1 week in June of 2021, you are in profit, my friends. Well, maybe not on the USD price chart. We'll get there. So this is what I would be looking for, okay? Waves 1 and 2, again, already done. Wave 3. Now, where's that at? From the current price level, we're saying that's about a 447% move, or a 5.5x. So I got to take 447 from here. Where does that take us? Right around there, just shy of 2 cents. 1.94 cents, we'll say. Right there. That guy can be skinnier. Right here. There we go. So that's what we're looking at for that wave 3. And again, this structure looks different, right? This was a high. This was higher than that. This is not higher than that. So you can already see the inflation there. So the third wave, we're looking for a run up to 1.93 cents, just shy of 2 cents, maybe 2 cents on a little blowover, okay? Then this thing's going to drop back down. Where does this drop back down to? 48.46%. Where's 48.46%? See, guys, it's not that simple. And I promise you, the people that you're following online are not doing this because they don't understand how it works. It's my fourth alt season here. I got you. Okay. And then we're taking that last run up. We're looking at 350% or 4.5x to get us to that 4 billion. All right. Where's 348% from here? Right about there. I'm looking at 4.5 cents as my final target. Nice round number. So how this would look, again, this chart looks goofy, but bear with me. 3, 4, 5. I'll make that blue there so you can see it. That didn't work well with this. Okay, here we go. Bah, look at that. This is what we're looking at for that move. So it would take us above those highs, bring us back into that area, and we would bounce. And again, we're not setting a new high here on the USD price chart for AMP. That also pinpoint nails the 382 on the price chart. So confluence everywhere, guys. I know this is complicated. I really hope you stuck it out with me because this is going to give you a much better idea of where we're headed here in alt season. And I promise you other people aren't doing it. So wave 3, we're looking at we'll say 1.95 cents. A drop back down, that's very close to a penny. We'll say 1 penny, nice round numbers, support, and then off to 4.5 cents, guys. That's what I got for you on AMP. I do this kind of stuff all the time over there on the Quantum Circle. In addition to real-time trades, my portfolio, 2 videos a day, a Discord channel. I teach you how to do this stuff. Link to that is in my bio. If not, just really appreciate you guys being here. If you could follow, like, repost. I got to reach as many people as I can before this train leaves the station. So hope you had a great Monday. Have an awesome evening, and I will talk to you later.